Loot.bet, made for live betting.
Welcome back, everybody, as we return into the regular program. It is going to be our third and final best of three of the day, and we have Offset versus the Final Tribe as the last two teams to battle it out to see who will be eliminated today alongside Youngsters. And of course, that was a quick best of three, whilst our first one, Vexed versus Dream Eaters, ended with a 2-1 over DE. And of course, the third team to progress into the next stage to the playoffs. But I'm not alone today, and always with Kieran. I have to say, this is going to be a best of three that's probably the most chaotical of all three that we have today, or had today. And this is where Offset, for me, would have been the better team, or at least would have had the upper hand if they had the full roster.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think Offset, as a team, can definitely impress on the day, but like you said, with the fact that they're not playing with their 5-man, the fact that they're not currently as a full unit, whilst they do have Riz, who was a ex-member with OBJ back in the Giants team that they were in together. It's not the same chemistry, it's not the same side that went to Mochi, not the same, cohesion, all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is something that they're going to struggle with. And that's the one aspect they'll have to get under wraps very quickly. But the Final Tribe themselves looked fairly impressive, and I think they've gotten better over this event. But again, there are aspects of this team that do tend to fall, that do tend to slip a little bit. We saw that in the Azako Boars game. They got dispatched very, very easily. But we shall see, especially on Overpass, a map that the Swedes are usually pretty good on for TFT. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, should be a real interesting series to wrap up the day.
It definitely will, and of course the knife round will decide where they start. Offset, I feel like the CT would always fit them best. They've had a very solid CT side throughout the entirety of their runs. Against Illuminar, it was a very one-sided run, of course, so we can't really look at that much, if we're honest. They did take the pistol on Inferno, still lost it 16-6 in the end, but overall it feels like they had at least a good approximation of what a quality default would be. Whilst for the Final Tribe, I didn't have the chance to watch them against... wait, they played against Izako Boars last? Or was there another best of three in between?
I think they played alternate attacks. I think it was a really messy series, if I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, overtime in Overpass.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's the game I didn't see, so, that's where I'm drawing a blank right now. But the Final Tribe, well, what we saw out of them against Izako Boars, as you said, even though being a 2-0 train was a solid performance, none the wiser. And, well, it will be the pistol starting off, so let's just see what the Final Tribe can really bring onto the table.
Yeah, this pistol start off well, just Riz Offset. Taking the pistol by storm here. Very simple cleanup, apparently. First round, very quickly. Going in at the hands of that CT side, already getting us underway. It's crazy as well, the fact that the Final Tribe have gone for that Overpass pick. But again, they've sort of picked into a map that is kind of weak for Offset, but it is one that they play. Actually, they haven't played it on an official in a very long time. That's the one sort of unfortunate part for Offset. They've not played it in an official since June, so just a little under 2 months. Obviously, they played it against Mochi, as we saw with Gamer Legion. Yeah. They lost it like 16-4, but obviously online you can't particularly sort of stray away from it, but again, you kind of can. But yeah, the fact that they've not played it in a while means maybe they've had time to work on it, but we shall see. Final Tribe's pick is always looking like a nice Nice pick, especially considering they won it against alternate attacks. It was the only map that they won. They lost 16-11 and 16-4 afterwards, so kind of went downhill from there. But either way, this one should be fairly simple. Heron and Vanity actually taking a nice couple of kills off of the back of that with the full Glocks. Bomb is not going to be planted.
Can't stop the OBJ, my friend. The object immovable. That's going to be the quality hold we were looking for from the get-go. OBJ even prevents the bomb plant, which is the most important part of all. Well, I mean, it would have been a buy regardless, just it gives a bit of extra spice at the end of the tail there if the final tribe had that bomb down. But of course, here come the AKs, the full utility. Now, ooh, OBJ, yeah, I've just noticed. He buys the AWP, I love it. That's where the real spice comes through. No real entry yet, though. Slow down. And a default from the final tribe. Have you seen this against their game in alternate attack versus alternate attacks?
This very slow default approach?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was something they did a lot, and it worked for like the first time. But then obviously when the CTs are like, yo, these guys take a really long time, and they alternate attacks, they just pushed up, and the further they got up, the quicker the final tribe fell. It was a weird game because we did go to overtime, and again, final tribe were able to lock it out. But yeah, this slow T side was always an issue, and again, it works that one time, but yeah, doesn't particularly pay off too well. 50 seconds coming up, and with Perrin already dead, Vanity low. Not particularly a good start. Offset reading this well, keeping the majority of their players out towards the A site. This corner that we saw used in the previous series, OBJ. Nice first, gets a second. Well, much better out of him. I think we highlighted how much he needs to be in these series for Offset to play well, and he's starting good so far.
Yeah, specifically against Illuminar, he was one of the sole reasons why they even got 6 rounds on Inferno. And obviously it's a different map, but still, the quality of the player doesn't dwindle on different maps. Vanity finds the one, unfortunately. Not meant for more. 3-0 and Offset off to a pretty decent start here. They have themselves a bit of an issue with the economy, though. We can see they're going to have to reinvest quite a lot back into the cycle. It will allow the final tribe to actually break them here if they're able to overrun them with the Tech 9s and the CZs and the Eagles. Then there is an opening for the final tribe to make a quick return, quick save on the first few. Although, aggressive peek from Offset, as you said it, from your words to the ears of God, it is going to be the final tribe that goes fast, but it's Offset even faster. OBJ with a double. And that'll leave the final tribe bleeding. OBJ might be low, but he is not going to stave off a challenge, I guess. Riz comes across. There's the peek. Wolfie, the first refrag, maybe the second, tries to tap away, runs out of bullets, and it's Riz to clean it. And, well, Offset, that's a pretty good cleanup. They do lose 2 players, but actually just the one, excuse me. But they succeed in thwarting any sort of pistol attempt.
Yeah, and a nice round out of Offset as well. Looking like they are starting to feel a lot more comfortable. Maybe with the Riz being in the team, they're just sort of playing a looser style, not particularly bringing in, obviously, Zlinx's more tactical approaches. He's a really good fragger on that CT side when he's sort of lurking in and around those positions. But maybe with Riz, they're just sort of, you know, just playing a little bit more looser. Maybe it's something that will work for this team, especially with that standing, rather than, you know, trying to force him to then play basically all of Zlinx's roles. Just let him do his own thing, accompany around him and see what works out. And especially with some of the players they have, so do stop getting a little info. Especially with the fact of, again, final tribe not particularly doing anything in the first minute of a round. They're already still with no control. The only control they have is with Perrin up towards short. The rest just sitting back very, very patiently. And it sort of, whilst it does give you a nice approach into the round where you're never getting caught out, it leaves you with a sort of a feeling inside that we have to move quicker. And then once they sort of rush it, that's where it begins to fall apart. And now with moving up towards short with only 40 seconds, barrel not just spotted by Riz, but the grenade being thrown definitely gives it up. That is such a common corner, but still not checked this time. And Riz He'll be able to find the first. OBJ with the second. The round there I go. Begins to fall apart. Missed shot by Wolfie. And he is dead. A double lineup for Quicks, though. At least able to return fire. They have to get into the bomb site, though.
Vanity's already sneaked in through Monster. The bomb is coming back through Connector, but look at PR. This is the angle he's waiting for. The bomb's gonna go through those doors, although short Wolfie comes through. But PR still wins the duel. Quicks opens with a knife in hand instead of having a weapon. Actually leaves him vulnerable long enough that the response is there, and Quicks runs out of time. Will be hunted by PR, certainly. I mean, the money's there. PR, he's a bit fat jumping up the ramp, though. Not gonna succeed, and that's gonna leave Wolfie with his AWP in hand, leaving a saving weapon. Although Offset win the round 5-0, and okay, that is a bit of a quick ending to the gun round itself. Final Tribe, not sure what exactly they wanted to achieve. They went 1 by 1 through short, and it caught them completely, well, out of position.
And the fact as well that now, with that first gun round not particularly going in the favor of the Final Tribe, whilst they do a little bit of damage here and there, it's not particularly amounting to anything just yet. And again, the fact that Quick saving that 950 and the AWP is not particularly too great of an endeavor. Vanity onto that AK as well, pistols here and there. Kevlar for all, at least. That's the one maybe positive fact they can take. But up to now, this is a really good start out of Offset. Just able to find the first kill onto Perron as well. That is at least just minimizing the amount of players that they have to take care of. And Offset so confident to have that sort of very relaxed B bomb site setup. Not going to be playing all too pushed up. They're sitting back from Connector, ensuring they can't get across towards short. So just in an eco round, they are as prepared as ever. The rest to rotate up toward A, 40 seconds on the clock. But again, with the fact that 2 players are on this A site, they do have a quick rotate available from Heaven. Or is he on site as well with them? I think they're actually, yeah, there is 3 players on this A site.
Yep, they are. I just wanted to say that actually Offset, they have themselves a pretty good defense ready for A. Final Tribe, here comes the first. Quicks finds the entry. OBJ falls, that's the op down. It's HNS with the second Stadudu, though. He's going to be able to hold up. And just comes in just in time. Quicks with the secondary as well. But it's still not enough. 9 seconds. He runs out of time, if nothing else, because, well, 2 players, you don't have that quick of an AWP. You need to pull out a pistol or switch out for an AK. Unfortunately, Final Tribe will not succeed in this, well, mini buy, we can say. They have maximum loss bonus. Vanity's going to have more than enough to rebuy, as well as pretty much everybody else, but the Final Tribe, the score is starting to take a bit of a wild turn, and I have to extend on the point you said earlier. They're starting to play, I mean, excuse me, not starting, but actually playing very slow for the majority of their rounds, and it is starting to hurt them. They are not really responding to the aggression of Offset. They lose a player and they have no response. Look at the nade, down to 48-54. The damage quite severe. And Final Tribe, they're moving through short. Obviously, they don't have a response to this. You can't really do much, but again, Vanity, here comes the first. No, PR holds him. 4 players leaked onto site. HNS, the shutdown is there, and it seems like the late response from Offset might actually be enough. 4-on-3 retake, and let's see how it plays off.
Waiting for that boost up, spots the man in water. Perron able to react quicker at least, and they know of now that first man, but they have to work out where the rest are here. Moving through toward water. Time is ticking. Riz gets the angle, but can't convert. Time is now really of the essence. Flashbang avoided by Perron. Second frag. Riz able to trade, but not for long. Round is done. And Final Tribe, they will be picking up their first. Getting out with at least a couple of rifles to carry over as well is always a nice endeavor. OBJ will save his AWP. The rest, of course, are able to purchase. So giving a first round to this T side. It was weird as well to think that Final Tribe, the first time that they played Overpass in the series against alternate attacks, it was a, I'm pretty sure 10-5 T side half of the Final Tribe. That is already out of the window now, but they can definitely work up to what could potentially be a 9-6 winning all rounds in a row, but I think Offset are definitely feeling it today, definitely coming out the better side so far. So 9 rounds looking like a very tall order for Final Tribe. We'll see what they can deliver as they're back onto their rebuy. A weird point in the economy, something we don't particularly see all too much in this sort of new money meta, is the fact that both of these teams, whoever loses, is now onto an eco. Nice opening kill by OBJ, at least trading back, but again, just is there for the refrag. The Portuguese being as vigilant as ever and down into a 4-on-3. With a long control to be established, is it really going to be enough to provide enough depth in this round to get onto the site, put a bomb down, especially with Stadodu, who's so eager to know this information? He's going to be jumping about like Van, like a maniac, and I think
he's been heard.
Yeah, for sure has been heard. It's just whether or not he spots that man first, but Quicks, he's doing a smart thing of remaining safe until he has that right time to strike with the rest of his team.
The final tribe will not linger any longer. Here comes the push through short through Banana. Quicks, he has to react. He has to go now. Stadodo needs to fall. And it is going to be Quicks to take him out. Riz waiting patiently through short smoke. This is where the real trick might lie, though. It's a 3-on-3 in 39 seconds. There's a lot of room for mistakes. Riz finds the first. He doesn't evade fast enough. Wolfie, the response is good. Still leaves them with enough time to plant. And it's Quicks to hold the line through the smoke. There comes the pop flash. But they don't push. And it allows the final tribe to plant. Back to a 2v2 retake. There's a single... No, there's actually double kit. No problems then. But this will be the first real challenge that Offset have to face besides the one round they lost. Offset find the first though.
No, Wolfie just in that one-on-one. Taps the bomb, of course, but just quicker to react on the back of that one. Will they get the AWP, though? I don't think they will be able to save it. Yeah, I don't think so. But at least they win the round nevertheless. And yeah, quick reactions out of OBJ as well. Did get very quickly traded, but I think that's the one thing that Offset are fairly competent with, is the fact that they get their trades in. But even so, 7-1, pause out of, you've got to assume, the final tribe.
Has to
CT side are able to rebuy. Maybe it's a little bit of a pause to assess their money situation, but I doubt it. The final tribe needing something to change in this first half, or else Offset, they're going to be taking at least surely double figures if this next investment goes wrong. So it's all about making a change here for the T side, and it seems like a purchase is on the horizon. They, of course, can get the AWP dropped out by Wolfie for Quicks. But even so, it's been a very desolate first half so far.
To say the very least, a bit of a disappointment. Tactically, the final tribe, the slow and steady does work. I mean, its quality is not at question. It's how you implement it. And unfortunately for the final tribe, they are too slow or too unresponsive when it comes to playing like that. In that manner, they need to find those refrags if they lose a single player. That's a vital piece of slow and steady. That's the reason why you play slow and steady, so you can at least refrag your losses. Whilst if you don't take map control with it, you leave yourself wounded or at least vulnerable to multiple flanks, or otherwise just getting obliterated one by one once you push onto a site because you're lacking out of time or running out of time. Just down to 16. Seems like the final tribe might have an inclination to go B, but still, they're going to play the timer a little bit longer. The decision to drop, not just yet. I have to say, Offset leave themselves a lot of room, but they at least realize something once they peek long. They fall the hell away from site A. Although OBJ is going to support Riz. This is the same setup we saw before. They were able to hold short easily against 3 or 4 players. But it's a B play nonetheless. Just find it out. The peek is theirs, but it's going to be Offset with PR to hold it. Wolfie.
Oh.
That's the shot we wanted to see, but PR. Oh boy. A 3-on-1.
Round's done. Gotta go for the save. What a performance out of Offset so far. Such a unexpected turn, right? I think with final tribe picking this map,
like,
we expected them to at least be
and
coming in.
Yeah,
It's fairly confident.
Like, this is why I highlighted the game on Train versus Isa Kabors. And sure, Isa Kabors might not be the greatest of adversaries, but getting 13 rounds on Train is no easy ordeal, no matter who you play against. So it's a bit unfortunate that they're having such a rough time getting anywhere at all.
I think the slowness is killing them, unfortunately. Like,
Just
the way
might,
that they've
yeah.
been playing this T side, it's really not half-hearted, but like it's just so slow that it's painful at this point. Like, finally, we see a little bit of pace straight through Monster, but yeah, on an eco round like that, that is just gonna make light work if you're forced by on this semi-investment. Yeah, not particularly gonna work out all too well. That is 9-1 on the board. We'll take at least a kill, but down to 21. Simple shutdown, yeah. Here we go. Buy round for TFT. Let's see what they can make out of it. Just a beautiful lineup there as well.
Yeah, that's like, this is what you use in an instructional video. How do you peek and how do you just spray down? This is what you want to see. How to stop a rush? Well, that's it. Although it is a little bit under question if there was more utility, if there was a little bit of a different style from the final tribe instead of lacking. Well, that's actually an instructional video how not to rush, because you don't line up completely. You put one left, one right, one left, one right, or you put one in the middle, one left, one right. Either way, you try to split them into a bit of a pattern instead of all in one line. But yeah, it's gonna be. It is going to be a rebuy. The final tribe in dire trouble, and there's not really much they can do right now. Double up. Stadodo and OBJ. Can they line up those shots? Certainly OBJ shouldn't have a problem. Yep, there's the first. No second though. H&S. Unfortunately pushes slow and gets killed. Or pushes too fast, excuse me.
Offset. He's going for this sort of 2-on-2 split. Riz playing close on this bin sort of position towards short, just waiting for the info. Smokes go over as well, so at least has knowledge of these players. Wolfie spots out the shoulder though. Nice little peek. Takes out one again. Spray is good. Opens up onto the site. Now they have the advantage. PR and just for the rotate. Straight through the Molotov there for PR. Quicks. Yeah, already going to shut down one. Even a trade not going to save them. Final tribe getting their second round on the board. T-side looking
a good start.
At least a little better. Yeah, good start. Especially now that the economy isn't too strong for offset. So they're going to be down to pistols for this one. Not going to fully invest. Of course, they know they can buy for the next round. But at least, final tribe looking at least somewhat better. You hate to see a side dipping out so quickly of their own map pick, so going for a little bit of a boost up, get Wolfie onto this position. Not going to be sort of useful in this current climate. It's a force buy pistols. You're not going to see anyone jump in that short position anytime soon.
Nope.
Bring that for the next. Maybe TFT have read this a little wrong if they're thinking they've got to buy at this point, so they're going to have to be careful with the way they approach this round.
Yeah, I have to say that if they don't remain wary of those CZs, they will be in trouble. I do love the fact they're not really going in solo anymore. They figured that out at least. Able to adjust that in time before everything goes down the drain. 9-6 is manageable. It is not the best, it is not the greatest, but it is better than nothing. And HNS, a little bit of lag there. He's back onto his feet. He should be able to survive. Never mind, just a single shot. 9-2 still. Looking like it just could turn double digits pretty soon. Ritz, accurate enough to tag, but not kill. Still two players in connector, and this time OBJ, the response. And it's back to a 4-on-3. This is not yet the end. The eco round could go wildly wrong. What is going on right now? Hello, the final tribe. Wake up.
This is a weird one. 20 seconds on the clock. PR boosted beautifully. Will get caught out by Vanity, though. I should do. Yes, he does. But a peek out. Oh, dear.
Yep.
With the fact that 10 seconds on the clock, they either have to get all 3 kills or put that bomb down inside of the smoke. At least able to deny. Wolfie takes that one, but it's OBJ. Time is gone. Stays alive. Wins it. Oh my god. Offset. They take themselves a round that works out beautifully. Opening up with a couple of kills and especially capitalizing on those rifles that they picked up. Even with Wolfie shot through the smoke. It was all onto OBJ and he's clutched it. We talked about how he was so silent in that series. But he is making noise in this one.
Indeed he is, saving quite a little bit of space for offset. He's gonna have a lot of room with the second half, or they will, if they find more than 10 already. Quicks, an AWP on him, but he's been a little bit quiet. He's had a few great shots, although overall he's been lacking shots like those. He takes down OBJ, a good start, just has found a kill beforehand, so it really doesn't bring them forward too much, but Ritz, oh boy, this Wolfie spots him, but Ritz doesn't see above him. That's the 4-3 resolution speaking. And it's wanting its head back. A 3-2-4, or 3v4. Doo-doo. This is the first shot. Now the problem arises, but he goes for the blind one. No scope. Kills the player. Unfortunately can't take down HNS, and it's just holding from stairway, from dumpster to be specific, and this is a tough spot to hold, specifically the angle against Long, and he has to pull back, even the Molotov forcing him. So 44 seconds, the plant is down, and it's a 2v3 retake. Has to be, right? They're coming in through Long. They have a chance here.
And especially with just, again, coming from an ulterior angle. Ooh, Quick's the timing. I think he might just sneak up toward these stairs unknowingly. At least in the ICT side. There's PR to find the first. This is now where they strike. Just takes out one more. And it's all onto HNS. While still back the first, get the second. Maybe should have gotten on the defuse there, but not too sure whether they had kits or not. Didn't quite clock it. We shall now see. Yeah, I don't think they did. Fair enough.
Nope. Yeah.
Couldn't particularly get the timing there, unfortunately. So yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. HNS sort of, as long as he stays alive in that situation, has won it either way. So getting both of those kills a bonus, but a force buy out of offset. This is an iffy one. Losing this one essentially gives TFT 5 rounds on a T side, which, whilst it isn't great, is better than what it could have been. So we'll see what happens. OBJ's shoulder was spotted for sure as he crosses over there. HNS aware of that one. Piara, though, aggressive as ever. Vanity makes light work of him, though. A little bit of damage taken, but yeah, this force buy not particularly working out too well. OBJ at least nice trade, but ooh, look at Riz. Wait, hang on, wait.
The flank?
Wait, did Wolfie not hear him?
Oh no, he did not. This could actually work if he goes into connector.
As well.
I think he knows the bomb. Ritz, unless he heard him right now.
Yeah, he was heard now.
Okay, yeah. Thank God. Whew. That could have gone horribly wrong for the final tribe. We said that, you know, 10-5 is, or 9-6 is not bad. 10-5 is playable as well. It is equally a commendable score. Not good, again, not exactly in a comfortable spot, but it is doable. And a lot better than what it looked like. We have to consider this was what, 8-0? Or excuse me, no, 8-1, 7-0.
Like 8-1, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, 6-1. It was 6-1. Yeah, 6-1. My bad. And then it went to 8-1 or something. It's the Dodo. Well, he was close. Deagle in hand. Not really close at all. And should be an easy round from this point forward for the final tribe. Unless they mess it up and split up and go solo like they did for the first 10 rounds, well then they might as well surrender now. Ritz holding the line, should be peaked. Yep. Of course, without an immediate headshot, there is no luck like a headshot. Okay, that's... yeah. PR and just. I mean, what do they hope to achieve?
Not particularly too much. That force buy in the previous round sort of counted them out of this one already, unfortunately. So, yeah, at least 10-5 made by the final tribe is a better scoreline to wrap up that half with. Like you said, it was, I think it was 9-1, and then they got it themselves a couple of rounds from the side of TFT. So, yeah, not too bad to end off the first half, considering that they've got decent fraggers, even with Perrin and Vanity being fairly quiet. They're looking okay. Pistol round is definitely going to be a way back in for them, and should be...
How do we judge the pistol?
Tying up the scoreline, yeah.
Do we say vital, or do we say more of a...
That's the thing, right?
Maybe.
If Offset... It starts to get vital if Offset win it, that's the thing. Like, that's where things start to get a little iffy, but...
That's the thing, exactly. I mean, if Offset win it, and they transfer it the first gun round, that's one too many rounds lost, and we have to consider the final tribe move on to their CT side, and that's an even worse thing above all things. And well, we'll have to wait a few seconds. We'll be going on to a short commercial break, and we'll be right back after a few messages from Loot.bet.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Here we go. This is it. TFT. Offset. The second pistol is here, and so is the first map, and perhaps its finalization pretty soon after. It is going to be a single kit on Wolfie and 2 flashbangs. It's the Dodo. A smoke and a flash of his own. Pretty standard stuff, kind of style. They go on through connector. They have 4 players to support it, and they'll leave OBJ to basically hunt for any stragglers coming in behind. They just want to make noise. They want to kind of put the final tribe at edge a little bit. Here comes the smoke, and it might just be a bit of a fake out, yet not determined. But Ritz pushes through Monster. The pop flash, the final tribe. Hide a player in barrels. A second one, they spot Ritz. That's more than enough information right now. TFT should be careful of an A flank, or at least an A push backwards.
Yes, the Dodo, they're already making their way onto the bomb site here. This could be a little risky now. This actually might begin to sway things. PR will take down 1 in return, looking to try and get that bomb down. Surprised that TFT didn't rush in there as he was planting, but want to play more strategically. Damage done by Quicks, but PR again to chime in with that Glock. But Vanity and Quicks, they take out 2. It is all down to PR. Makes it into a 1-on-1. Oh dear, spots out Quicks as well. This now gets risky. Yeah, PR unfortunately not able to get things done there. Very, very close. A 4K would have needed to be an ace there to wrap things up. So a very big ask. Rest of the team not particularly bringing too much to the table, but
yeah.
Either way, 10-6. The final tribe, they guarantee at least a first pissed round, and surely a couple of rounds to come. Although, I like this. 2 rifles out. Surely a MAC-10 from Just as well. Or not. Deagle full utility. Even so, 2 rifles. This can be a deadly heap of damage. Even if final tribe win it, they're going to have to win this fairly cleanly, because these AKs can rip you apart.
Yeah, absolutely. The AKs will have a field day against you. Although, the one thing we could mention is that they most likely will be hunting them for the close-range fights, and that's where the MPs, well, the MP9s and the overall SMGs strive the best. I dislike the fact Wolfie's alone in toilets. He will die rather easily if he doesn't have a single man to support him. He's now alone, and, well, he's about to drop dead. He finds perhaps a single kill. Not even that. Dodo gets himself a bounty. And Offset, they've just made their way back on towards A itself. That's not a good force buy round. Or, excuse me, not force buy round, but not a good turnaround for the final tribe. They needed those SMGs close in toilets instead of having a single FAMAS. If they had bait and switch setup, perhaps the FAMAS being the first peak, yes, but then having an MP9 or a UMP close range behind at bench, we know that position has been used multiple of times, but it works, and you can use it quite well in your own favor. Instead, it just goes down the drain, and those UMPs, one would argue they're not even worth saving, at least not against AKs.
Literally, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, just comparing those 2 weapons, it's like, yeah, we've got to face off against these in the next round with our saved UMPs. It's like, yeah, we're not particularly going to be getting too much. Yeah, it's not really working in our favor. We won the pistol, and now we're already at a massive disadvantage. Coming in to round number 18, Offset seeming to be back to their regular pace in this map, and well, T side seems to be getting stronger. This time going to go for a forced buy, of course, out of that CT side. Would have had to be an eco this one anyway, so yeah, we shall see. Final tribe. Just with SMGs, what can they deliver? 3 rifles in the hands of Offset, of course, a FAMAS as well, and OBJ. Even just with that MP9 can definitely do a whole heap of damage if he just sits back and waits for the flankers, so... This round is looking like Offset's for the taking, and seemingly the half is going in a similar fashion as well, especially if they lose this one. That's surely 13-6 before TFT can purchase. Then we're getting to a deliberation of scary rounds, but luckily Quicks. Nice opener onto Stadodo. I doubt they sort of put him into consideration, though, because if he's playing that close up in Toilet, surely the site is clear, and while they storm it, and realize that exactly so it is. Wolfie Molotov out, not allowed to peek. There's just holding the flank down. Yeah, very so. And that should be the round itself, I think, even with just fairly low Vanity and Bank. They shouldn't be getting in for this one unless Wolfie finds this kill right here. Nah. But yeah, even with just on low HP, still going to take it.
Unfortunately, if Quicks doesn't die in Connector and he's able to actually get a kill on Just, he denies the flank cover for Offset, and they can push from 2 different, well, actually 4 different locations, technically, or theoretically, either way. And they could have had an easy retake if only, obviously, that had gone well for them. But it is as it is. It is going to be 12-6, as you said. 13-6 is now inevitable. Full eco for the final tribe, and the last buy coming up. They lose that, and we have ourselves the first map almost done. Again, it was something we foreseen a little bit if the pistol had already gone down under, and then imagine the gun round going with it. But with the gun round going down anyway, well, I mean, there's not really much to talk about, right? The pistol at this point didn't matter. It was theirs, but it didn't matter. So if that doesn't come to give you at least a few rounds for free and gives you the initial boost you need, then I don't know what can help you.
That's the thing, right? Especially considering the fact that they won that pistol. That should have been their motivational sort of boost back into this game. Like, yeah, we got the pistol, 2 extra rounds off the back of it. It would have been realistically at a point of 10-8. So, yeah, now looking like a very, very scary endeavor for the final tribe coming up in this one. And like you said, there's a lot of pressure on this gun round for the final tribe. They lose that. 15 is all but inevitable. And like you said, the first map probably going with it as well. So, survival is on for the Swedes. Seeing what they can bring to light here. Seeing what they can gather on this CT side. And
yeah,
the worst part is that even if Final Tribe win this round, or if they put up a fight and maybe get one luckily at some point during this game, Offset still have a very stable economy, even for an early sort of rise in this T side. 7,000, nearly 8,000 on Riz. Others not, too plentiful, but it's definitely at least a safe buy for the next. So that's the one thing they have to take into consideration here, the final tribe. It has to be a couple in consecutive fashion. But we shall see. Nice little info gathered by Vanity. Knows there is at least players towards short. But how are they going to deal with this? OBJ with his AWP. As deadly as ever. Takes the first swing. This is a vital shot. Spray down, not going to catch him. They know there's now a second man there. If they've got any nades, they'll be coming flying in. H&S. Oh, and Perron chiming in as well. That is what we want to see out of the final tribe. A very solid B-site hold. And this should not be going anywhere other than a 7th round for TFT. Even Sinodi making 2 frags though, but Vanity, pins him down, closes it off. And that should be 13-7, losing only 2 players up to now. If they can keep that, they'd be in a sweet spot moving forward, and this is at least better from TFT now.
That's what you'd imagine from a team that has a name and that sounds very sci-fi and very, quality sci-fi-like almost, the final tribe. But just 1 round will not be enough. I mean, we've seen this day in, day out. One thing I'm still not gonna put out of my mind. I'm not gonna say it yet, but just maybe soon enough. Of course, OBJ saving the AWP. The money for Offset is not exactly good, and okay, he takes another one with him. That's as good as it gets for Offset at this point. They lose the round regardless. The bomb is lost, the round with it. But as I was saying, the final tribe, the next few will be the most vital of the ones. I mean, once you're able to keep the train going, if you're able to return back to a 13-13 kind of result, you don't think about what if, and what if we lose that? We lose that, we return. There's no question here. But here, it's basically, you lose this round, and you're back to square one. Not just that, you lose pretty much everything you built up for, and any momentum, any chance you might have had just dissipates right there and then. And if they are able to defeat Offset on the 21st, then we might just see a resurgence from the final tribe. But it's a vital stepping stone for any chance to have on the first map.
Yeah, and at this point it is a massive fight back here. This round is sort of vital for the side of TFT to keep themselves in the game. Doing so would allow them to again continue to grow, to continue to develop. But I think at this point, with the economy low, with the fact that they have no buy after this one, that has got to be playing on the back of their minds for sure. And the fact that Offset are only a couple of rounds away from victory, that is even bigger of a fear to face. PR going to be utilizing the boost off of the back of Riz as well, trying to see if he can gather any early info. Wolfie going to fall back, keep himself safe. At least a good way to start going about business. But even so, with 55 seconds just gone, Offset, they will start to make their way over toward the A-bomb site. Seeming like they're going for maybe a pullback, actually. Bomb is not yet decided. A very late call in the rotate, but they do have time to do this. They're going to be entering through B Monster, though, at least, what, with maybe 20 seconds left if they're lucky after the smoke has dissipated. They don't want to be pushing through smoke, surely.
Yeah, it's going to be between 20 and 15 seconds, depending how quickly they rush. Here comes the Molotov.
Has to be a clean entry.
Yep, 20 seconds. Let's go. Counts down. It's going to be the final tribe holding with 2 players currently. There's nobody else rotating. Where's the rotation? So slow. The Molotov into water, forcing Veteran out of position. OBJ, 3 kills for days. It's the Dodo the second, and that's the problem. It's never Taz the problem. This is the final tribe. The hold is not there, neither the defense. Both players fall within mere seconds, but it's not entirely their fault as well. The rotation was way too slow. For the final tribe, they had a player in bloody banana, yet the response still not coming forth fast enough. And just, he gets the one more. That should be the final nail, we can say here. Not really much else to do. And that's 14-7. Wolfie. The money is gone. They'll win 1 round and it brings them back to 2,900. And not just that. It's less than that. It's 1,900. It's unimaginably worse than what I believed it to be.
Yeah.
And from this point,
force this, right? Yeah,
they have to. There is no other option. Even if they save here, they have not enough the next. I mean, okay, yeah, they can have FAMASs, maybe even an M4 or 2, but that's not going to be enough, not nearly against what you're facing here.
Quicks, Vanity, they have rifles between them. They have a couple of pieces of utility, but the way that Offset have come into this map, they are looking just like a lights-out team.
Oh, I think I have time to say it pretty soon, actually. You probably know what I was going for. Oh, boy. Lights out, as you said.
Ooh, yeah, they spot Vanity on short as well. So they now know at least a second man toward this B site, but, I mean, wherever they go, they're facing weaker weaponry, apart from Wolfie, so, you know, at this point, just pick one. You're probably going to get a little stroke of luck, although they do walk into Wolfie's AK, but not that it actually matters. Just gets plastered on the wall there. And well, 5 on 3, 50 seconds on the clock here. Offset making their way up toward the A-bomb site. They have the man advantage. They have the weaponry differential, even with HNS securing the rifle. Surely should not be making too much of a difference here. And well, Riz,
there we go.
Taking out one more.
HNS
2 final rifles, but yeah, there's no real way for Offset to lose this unless something monumentally goes wrong.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end. HNS, nice double spray down, very beautiful. Might even get the third, he does, but the Deagle does not find the connection to the final one. That could have actually tipped the barrier back in the favor of the final tribe. 8 seconds. Time is of the essence, but there is enough to plant. And just should be just safe to plant this one right here. A one-on-one against Vanity, no kit. And with the smoke deployed, Vanity's gonna have to take a bit of a wider angle. He spots him, actually gets the kill. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Wait a second. 16-8, boys. It's back on the menu.
Oh, yes, it is. Again,
Okay, I was waiting for that.
The myth. The legend. That is 16-8. It's still on.
Let's go. Let's bloody go. We had two maps in between that did not allow it, but now, oh boy, back we go. The curse is back, gents. Is this 16-8, or is it perhaps the end for Offset and a return for the final tribe? But the buy is there. Quicks has the op. We have an op on OBJ as well. A bit of a lacking one though. A Galil on Ritz. But it is going to be a bit of a correction by the final tribe. A much better setup on the CT side by the looks of it. No control of long will leave them a little bit vulnerable. But they should be fine. As long as Quicks is hitting his shots, that should be okay.
Yeah. Although, as we say that, at least a nice opening by... Oh, Wolfie. I swear Wolfie's not had sound all game. That's twice that he's missed Riz coming in from the flank. One was in playground, now this one. Not having the best of times here, Wolfie. 5 on 3. CT side now have to hold off massively. All coming down to my UK boy here. Well, he's already dead as HNS. They expect the corner while he takes the double. Not going to get any more out of it. 15-8. And you know what the best part is? I think it might just end here. They have no buy round. And we keep up with the 16-8s, boys.
Let's go. The meme is alive. The game is alive. And it is going to be 16-8 maybe. Well, it's certainly looking like it. Oh my lord. Like I said, we have we had two maps in between that were 16-7 and 16-6. And now we go back into 16-8. I guess it's not the end yet. Don't get me wrong. This is not yet written off. It is a single round to be had for Offset yet, and on the final tribe. They have 5 men standing. CZ's the Eagles. This is doable. I don't want to give you fake hope, but it is possible. That's the only thing I can say. But it's going to be extremely difficult. If the gun rounds didn't go well, certainly the pistols shouldn't go either way.
It's also going to spoil the party. Like, come on, boys. Keep the tradition.
Come on. Exactly. I agree. Just end it here, right? Just, you know, give us the deserving result. And we've been waiting all day long. The final tribe. Not sure they're going to get very far. They have 2 men still in banana. Slowly walking back towards A. And with a single man on B, this leaves them open for a pretty much brutal ending. 3 players in CT right here. Quicks gets tagged. Not sure. Probably through connector if I could... Not actually. Doesn't matter. 2 kills for Vanity. It's not enough. HNS falls back to Vanity and Quicks it goes. Vanity. Oh, nice tag. Vanity. Wait a second. This is doable. Like I said, Quicks versus Ritz. A one-on-one, 23 seconds. Enough time on the side of Offset to plant, but Ritz, he's low and Quicks has an AK to play with. Is this...
He's smart. He's planting close so he can get onto Quicks straight away.
Oh, he's going to get at him.
Yeah, that's smart. And we keep up the tradition.
16-8. Tradition continues. It will be 8 rounds to the final tribe. And 16 to Offset. Taking them up for the first map. 1-0 overall score in this best of 3 series. Moving on to Inferno next. And this is the map where real fear should be instilled into the bones of the final tribe. They chose an overpass. They did not win it, unfortunately. And now going on Inferno. Last we saw... The final tribe on for Inferno was against Isaac Obor, 16-5, excuse me. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Crazy how we've not seen a single game today go double digits for both teams, right? Every single map being under that sort of double-digit mark. But like you said, the fact that now with TFT coming into Inferno, whilst it is a map they play regularly, it's a map that they have not had success on in a long time.
Yeah.
Almost, what? No, more than 2 months. They've not had success on this map. They've lost, what, 5 in a row? None of them, oh, well, a single one of them being double digits with that ATN lost 16-11. But yeah, even so, Offset, they're looking like the better team. And I think coming into their own map pick of Inferno, one that I think, was Inferno the only one they won against Gamer Legion on
Yes,
Mochilan? Or was it lost in overtime? It was
No.
really close. They either won it or
No,
lost.
1916. They lost in overtime, 1916.
Okay, yeah, but it went close. I remember
It
that.
went very close, yeah. It was 1916 final map.
Yeah.
1612 was Dust 2, I think, and then it went... Or was it Inferno? No, it was 1916 Inferno. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was GL that took it then 2-0. Yep, you are correct.
Yes.
Inferno went 16-19. Well, hopefully they're able to improve upon that and they don't lose this one, because this will solidify their 2-0 victory and give them a chance to still survive in the group stages, get into the playoffs. But for the moment, we'll be taking a short commercial break, gentlemen. So, well, everybody, of course, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time as we get ready for our second map, Inferno. See you soon.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
And the beams fall on me as the sun goes to sleep, far from home.